All right, let's start it.
There is a podcast no one asked for. A podcast you never knew you didn't want. 3 beers in. This is the podcast.
I anticipate a deeply religious experience.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of 3 Beers In.
It's another one.
Yeah, another.
Sorry.
Thanks. No, it's okay. We'll leave it in. Yeah, so this is Ross, and you heard Chance.
Hi there.
Ugh, no, that was worse.
I know.
Anyway, moving on. So tonight, what are we drinking, Chance?
We're drinking a few select beers from the North Richland Hills based brewery.
So where's that for other people?
It's
Dallas.
It's North Fort Worth.
So it's between Fort Worth and Dallas.
It's
in no man's land.
No, it's north of Fort Worth. But yes, it's technically between Fort Worth and Dallas. Yeah,
okay.
It's part of the Metroplex. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it's called Brutal Beerworks.
All right.
Yeah. Welcome to a brutal episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be really brutal because we're drinking a lot. So. All right, and what's the first one we got?
The first one is a hazy IPA, dry hopped with Mosaic and Sultana, Brutal Juice.
Brutal juice.
Let's pop this.
That was perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good pop. Good
that
pop.
was nice.
Already, I don't like the color.
So can we say how we're drinking these beers?
Yeah, whatever you want.
So these are 16-ounce cans that they sell in 4-packs. So because of the amount of beers that we're going through, we're going to split 16 ounce and do 8 ounce of each one.
Yeah. All right. So as you said, this is a hazy IPA. It is an ABV of 6.4.
Okay.
So that's kind of tame for what I've seen for Brutal so far.
Yeah.
All right. Let's first sip. Nice nose. Really, I like that. Really, a lot of like orchard fruit, like appley or pear.
I actually like that.
That is good. That is really good.
That's really balanced. Wow.
Because it has Mosaic, but it tastes like it's more dry hopped with Mosaic instead of like bittered with it. Because when you bitter with it, then you get all that super dank resinous.
That's where you get the face. Yeah.
Ugh, nasty. But this is not so bad. There's bitterness to it, which cuts through the sweetness.
And you're right about the smell. It's more. I was thinking I was going to get more citrus, but you're right. It's more orchard, more apple. Yeah.
I was thinking citrus when we cracked it open, but yeah,
it's almost like a citrusy apple.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is not bad.
Oh, that is good.
That is good.
So, because I am the Fort Worth native,
I
have been to Brutal Beerworks quite a few times. I have a really good friend. Shout out to Earthworm Jim.
Groovy!
Jim.
Not the actual Earthworm Jim.
Not the actual Earthworm
Groovy.
Jim. It's so weird when he whips his head around as a weapon.
As a weapon, yeah.
No, Earthworm Jim. It's Nerf for nothing. I'm just mixing a bunch of things in there.
Okay.
That he's been called.
Yeah.
But no, that's Jim Blaylock, Jimothy, full name. Good friend of mine up in North Richland Hills, and we've frequented this brewery quite a few times. Jim is more of a fan of IPAs than I am.
Right.
And he is always trying the IPAs. I tend to go for their sours. And
because they do a fair amount of sours.
They do them.
I think we brought home 3, 4, maybe 4. I think
4 sours, yeah. And they've done everything. They've had a nice Kolsch that I've had before.
Oh yeah.
They've had a nice Pilsner that I've had before, I think. But they definitely always have a good array of IPAs, which I admittedly steer from.
Yeah.
I've had a few of them, and every time I've had an IPA from them that I actually have had, it's really good. I remember over the Christmas break, or actually earlier this year, it was like a red IPA, so it was a little bit more malty notes.
Like the Texan from
like the
Martin
Texan.
House.
Yes, exactly.
Imperial Texan.
Imperial Texan. Yeah. So this was an Imperial Red IPA. It was delicious, and it was so malty, but you still got the IPA notes, the citrusy notes, and there was a little bit of bitter into it.
Nice.
But the bitter was really balanced with the lager.
Good.
But anyway, I am not surprised that for me not tending to lean towards IPAs.
Yeah.
That I have an IPA from there and it's good.
Yeah, we actually, we picked this because we were following Clint's rules and drink the worst one first. So we thought this one would be
and we were wrong.
No, this one is very good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm a big fan of IPAs, but I'll enjoy a good one. Yeah. And this is a good one. This is pretty good.
I could see myself, if they had these in regular cans somewhere, I could drink one and I would go back for another one.
Yeah. I could see that, yeah.
I still don't...
It's not like too much.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I still don't know that I'm going to pick this out at a store all the time just because I don't get IPAs, but this is what's at the party, and I'll drink it, and I'll enjoy it.
I'll drink it, Brutal Juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know if we mentioned it's dry hopped with Mosaic and Sultana.
So what's up with Sultana?
It's a hop.
It's a hop, right. So Mosaic is from the United States, right?
Yeah.
Is Sultana as well?
I believe so. It's from Hopsteiner, which they grow, is a hops growing laboratory, sort of.
Okay.
They do experimental. They try to create new hops and stuff. And and then anything that they create they basically trademark, and it's like theirs. But from the description, the aroma is going to be pineapple, pine, and citrus.
Okay.
So maybe there's, some pine aroma there, but
it's a really dry aftertaste.
Yeah, it doesn't hang around a long time. So and that leads you, to drink a bit more. Yeah. So again, this other description says ripe pineapple, big fruity and bright citrus notes, and hints of pine. So. Wow. So that's your Sultana, and Mosaic can have pine, dank, bubblegum, berries, a whole bunch. It depends on how you use it, and sometimes I'm sure it's a surprise.
I think that the star quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys should get like trademark rights or sponsor like an IPA called the Dank Prescott. That just came to my head right now. I should be his marketing person.
Yeah, we'll see, but we'll reach out.
Dak, call in. Number is okay.
Don't give out my number. So Brutal Beerworks. There's not a whole lot of history out there on the line. So, but here there's an article from the Dallas Observer. So before Brutal Beerworks in North Richland Hills had its grand opening in June, this was back in 2019. So June 2019 is when I believe is when it opened. So
I feel like it's been open before that.
Since that?
Yeah, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's all.
Let me see. Let's go through here.
Okay.
So co-owner Eric Johnson was direct and plain-spoken when it came to how his operation would find its own niche in the mid-cities. He said, "I think we'll stand out because we have no need nor want to grow beyond our means. We like being a small craft brewery. Our focus on making great Texas craft beer and bringing people together over just that." It's cliche, but I mean that's what you want from a brewery. That's what you want from your brewery or a brewery that you go to or anything like that.
And just to confirm, yes, they did open in June last year.
Oh, okay.
I've been there quite a few times, so I knew it was new.
You just assumed you had spaced it out more.
But I guess not. Because it's a drive. I mean, you rode with me up there today. It's 18 miles away.
Yeah, for you, it is, yeah. So, it's nestled in a relatively nondescript strip shopping center near Tarrant County College Northeast campus. So then it goes into the decor, which the 40 feet of wall space, the mural focused on some sort of wild Viking octopus and a thumb that looks like a penis.
Yes.
They don't mention that.
But I've thought of that.
It's very, the top knuckle is wider than the rest of it, and it's a bell shape, and it's,
Does it have the brewer's name there?
brewer's name? No. All it's got is the co-owner, Eric Johnson.
So yeah, he is the owner, Eric Johnson, the writer of Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah,
And
I thought he's from Texas, so yeah.
No, wrong, Eric Johnson.
Oh, okay.
But he, I can't remember his other co-owner, but I can look up his name real quick. I just saw it, but he actually was the former head brewer at Martin House Brewing.
Oh, yeah. I think
and that was what I had learned early. Jason Perez.
Yeah, I think I have like emails from him actually.
I believe they have like a 6-barrel.
Yeah, they
system.
have a very small system. Which 6 barrels. A barrel is a little over 30 gallons, so they're only making 180 gallons at a time.
For a beer,
which is pretty small scale.
Yeah.
Considering you're a brewery.
Yeah, I think that their purpose right now is to stay small and be able to change up what they have on their lineup.
Yeah,
I read in Fort Worth Weekly that their main purpose or that their main goal is to keep their customers on the edge of their seats about what different beers they're going to have when they come in the next time.
Yeah, which having a small system allows you to do that. You can make a lot of different batches. But the downside is that you have to be brewing a whole lot more.
Right. It doesn't seem like they are committing to any core beers that they know will turn and burn them for profit.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're doing just fine with that. So it's just weird to see someone not have that around. But I'm not surprised to see what the former head brewer of Martin House to be a part of a brewery that does lots of different. They take chances, I think, and are risks, shall I say, and do lots of different types.
Coming
of beers.
from Martin House, I think it's just a little less chances actually for Brutal because Martin House has a crazy amount of beers every
and that was
week,
they seem to mirror that strategy, but just on a smaller scale. The one thing that I'll say, I love Martin House, and lately their new stuff I think has been hitting the mark. But when I first started getting into the Fort Worth brewery scene, and I enjoyed Martin House, every now and then I find the beer I really love. Yeah, and then they would come out with something kind of out there. They would take a risk.
Squid Ink
like Squid Ink.
I don't even remember what that beer was called. I need to release the Kraken or something like that.
Maybe that's what it was.
It was Squid Ink and menthol.
I did not like that. But even some of the beers that should have been a little bit easier to accomplish, but they were still a lot of crazy flavors they were putting together. Yeah. Sometimes they hit the mark and sometimes they just didn't. No. And I think that was just like what you expected. Like you might be getting a beer that was good.
No, that is what I expect from Martin House. Yeah, experimental. It's like sometimes it's like really good, but sometimes it's just like, no, this is not what I wanted.
And I've even like discussed this with other local brewers, and that's how they say it. Like sometimes they hit the mark and sometimes they don't. Yeah. But it wasn't in like a negative. It was like, hey, they're willing to.
They're trying new stuff.
They're willing to take the risk and do that.
They're
and I
out
think
there. Yeah.
Martin House gets that respect. I mean, hey, sometimes you put something out there that you think will be cool, like Squid Ink and menthol, and it's just not.
Man, you know those don't stay on the tap wall very long. I wonder how much of that is like left over. Like if they actually run through it, or if they just pull it off at a certain point. And
did you order that when you were here?
No, I didn't. I think Tony
ordered it when he was here. Yeah, it was not good. I tried it.
I
wasn't
wanted,
good to me.
I actually wanted to try it, but then we had to go throw axes, so like we didn't have time. So.
Yeah, you don't want to be drinking Squid Ink before you throw axes. I'm not surprised to see Brutal
Squid Ink
that.
runs right through you, man.
Yeah,
Anyway.
A Squid Ink. On you. Ow. Is that painful or just like annoying? Stay my clothes. I'm not surprised to see Brutal take the very risky approach of constantly coming up with different flavors and different, types of beer that they want to try, or even taking, risks here and there, because the brewer seems to fall in line with how Martin House operates. And I respect that. Now, what I'll say is I don't remember ever having a beer from Brutal. Now this is our first beer for tonight, and we're drinking a bunch of beers I haven't had yet. Yeah. So, but
we got everything off their tap wall, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely everything they had to go.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I think it was like 10 beers, 10 different flavors ish, or maybe 8.
7, 9.
9. It was 9.
Yeah.
they, for the most part, everything I've had has been a home run for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've even had some pretty good stouts. They had a peanut butter stout that...
Yeah, I mean, that's your jam, man.
It used to be my jam. I still appreciate it here and there, because it's, peanut butter stouts can be really just so heavy.
Sometimes people just don't do it well.
Right, and this just felt like I was eating a peanut butter jelly or just a peanut butter sandwich. Yeah. And it was good. But anyway, I really liked Brutal. I kind of wish I was closer because they definitely would be someone I would frequent a little bit more often than some of the others that I do.
It's a drive. Yeah. And I think I saw somewhere, maybe it was on their website, that they were able to add more fermenters. And so that just means more, have more options there.
Right. So you can get one going in one process and you have more that can be working on the next process.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
To speak. Yeah.
Exactly.
They always have a very good music selection in it. Today, when we were in, it was very 90s metal.
Yeah.
What is that? New metal? No, it was more metal.
No, yeah, I'd say that was more Lamb of God style.
Right, okay, yeah, so it was like that. Not really my style, but
but
a lot of times when I go in there, it's just grunge city, and I'm all about some STP. Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't put STP as grunge. Maybe
it was the era.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, they hung around afterwards.
It's true, right? But Soundgarden, that if you were from Houston, you knew the Buzz, or I don't know where anyone else had played their grunge music back in the 90s, but it's a good music selection.
Yeah.
And it's a small space, but they have really nice tables. They have games.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, once we can go back in there.
Right.
I mean, you can go in there, but you can't stay.
Can't stay.
No. It's a nice place, and it did look like they had a lot of fermenters because they're lined up along that glass wall there, and that is quite a few. So, I mean, that's how many beers that they can have. And, well, I mean, working that are for the future. So.
Right.
So, but yeah, every week it seems they have something new on. So,
absolutely.
And that's, I mean, I guess that's their goal, to be, to innovate, to be, not be stagnant, just have something new every time.
Because I can also see, especially if you're a smaller brewery, and now anywhere in the Metroplex is a fairly large market, if to a large market, but certain parts like North Richland Hills can seem smaller because there's no pass-through traffic, I don't think, in that area.
Right.
It's either you live there or you're going there with a purpose.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that if you're a small brewery in that situation and you want to stick with core beers, you could probably... I think sometimes some breweries get stuck in this spot where they're like, let's just stick to our core beers because that's what makes money.
Yeah, that's what sells. Yeah, exactly.
So for me, if I keep going in there, there's a couple of breweries like that in Fort Worth that I'm tired of going in there because I feel like it's just the same.
Wildacre.
Wild Acre is one. I've only been there once, but I just don't see a lot of new stuff from them.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I know they had a lot of funding going into it, and they have really good marketing. Their cans look great. What I've had from them is great. Their Bock is amazing, and their blonde.
The blueberry blonde?
It is really good.
Is that the blueberry blonde?
Yeah, I don't know if there's blueberry in it or if it's just showing blueberries on it. I thought it was just a blonde.
The bluebonnet blonde, maybe something like that.
But I remember that being really good. It's just super crisp and sharp.
Yeah. No, I don't think it has blueberries.
Yeah. That's really good. And I've had a few others from them that are pretty good, but nothing super regular. They don't have a lot of really cool barrel-aged beers that I've seen, or something like a super triple dry hopped or something like that, or whatever they have that can be out there. They just don't have anything like that.
They're just middle of the road, standard beer.
And they're focused on, and I kind of feel the same way about RAR. They're focused on their canned beers and their canning line and supplying their supply base.
Yeah.
So, or their customer base. So I think
brew what sells.
Right. Yeah. And that if that's part of your plan, that's what works. That's fine. Yeah. So I don't see myself going to RAR. I think Michelle, my wife, asked me the other day. Was like, why don't we go to Raw? And I was like, 'cause it's the same beers all the time.
Yeah, it's nothing exciting. There's no reason There's no reason to go there when everything they have is on the shelf. So
I'll get their black lager.
Yeah,
for the
Ugly
house.
Pug.
Yeah, the Ugly Pug.
Yeah,
and I'll get their red. Their Texas Red.
Texas Red.
That's really good too.
Yeah,
it's nice and malty ale, and so they have some really, really good beers. But again, like I'm not gonna go in when I'm gonna get out of there.
Yeah,
and it's not like it's not. They have a nice space in there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just not. That's not the
huge
atmosphere.
Yeah,
I think like a place like Martin House is a great atmosphere. They try lots of different things. Sometimes they don't hit, but it's just a cool atmosphere to go to.
Right.
And that's how I feel about Panther Island as well. Great atmosphere. I'm tired of going to Hop Fusion. I really love Hop Fusion's beers, but it's the same dang beers, and they'll have like one or two new ones. And the last couple times I've been in there, I'm like, I don't really want to try those new ones.
Yeah, exactly.
So and they may have been good. I don't know.
Yeah, there's new beers, but they just don't sound good.
Yeah, and I really feel bad because I think they're owned by, and it's gonna sound really like annoying, but they're owned by I believe a veteran, and so like so I always want to support fellow veterans.
Yeah.
So I do, and they have a cool spot. I really wish they would expand though.
Yeah.
It's kind of small there, and it gets full.
Yeah, it does.
And so like right now, like obviously we can't
smells
go
like
in there.
Chili.
Yeah.
Well, it did that one time because they were making chili. So
is that what it was?
They were selling chili.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
There was like people in there doing
it was really weird because it wasn't.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And then
Cowtown is one I think that we should try again.
I guess I didn't like it the first time.
We went in there right before like the pandemic started.
Yeah,
or like it was like officially like lockdown.
Yeah,
and they had some really good. They had a bourbon, like a barrel aged stout in there that was so good and smooth and barrel. But that's just like the problem with them too. I had the same thing with them. I was like, well, I already know what I'm going to drink there. I already know what they have. I want to try something different. Right. So, and I think Brutal, what that all comes down is to Brutal seems to, I always, if someone invites me to Brutal, I'm like, heck yeah, what do they have now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I wish they would do a little bit less IPAs.
Yeah.
But
this isn't.
But I understand, like, I think that you want to lean on making good IPAs because that that fits into being able to turn and put out new ones constantly. So you have to have a good like rotation of IPAs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure they're getting customers for these IPAs.
For sure.
These are.
This is a good IPA.
This
is probably one
good.
of the best IPAs I've ever had.
I can say it is one of my favorites right now. We got I think like 3 more in the fridge right now.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
they might supplant it.
It is. Okay, it's not as good as Can't Quit You. That's my favorite.
Who makes that?
Blue Owl. Once a year, they do a collaboration with Black Star.
Okay.
Because Jeff Young, who opened Blue Owl, started Black Star.
Oh, okay.
With the guy with Andy, who I guess owns it now. It's a co-op, so.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right.
So they make 2 different versions, and every year it's a little bit different. But Blue Owls this year was phenomenal. Everything I wanted in an IPA. No bitter, fruity, sour, tart. Oh man!
So basically,
light.
Not at all like an electric jellyfish.
No, the exact well, not the exact opposite, but I would drink it. Yes. Yeah. So opposite. So if people are keeping track of Hopolytics from our Hopolytics episode, Brutal was voted one of the best new breweries in 2019.
Oh, wow.
On the Hopolytics survey. So
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely they constantly have people there. Before the pandemic, when I went there, like on a Saturday during the day, Friday night, they were packed. And so you can always get a table. They don't serve food, but there's a really nice Mediterranean place.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Food. The server there today was not great.
Yeah, we don't.
But maybe I shouldn't put that out there.
Yeah, no. We don't need to talk. We don't need to go on about the Mediterranean food.
But it was good food.
Yeah.
There's food options around there. There's good... North Pigeon Hills does have a good selection of food, and they'll let you bring food in, which is a cool thing. So,
all right. So,
ready for the next one.
So this is a one. Or?
Yeah, this is a one for me. It's super smooth. I usually despise drinking an IPA with Mosaic in it.
Yeah,
I don't really feel like
It's not used badly in this.
Yeah, I got a little dank.
Yeah.
There's a little dank like halfway in on the lingering aftertaste. That's where it's at.
A little bit lingers.
But it goes away because it's such a dry taste. Maybe because of the dry hop. Does that give it the dry taste or?
No, that's the beer itself. The beer itself. Okay, yeah. Okay.
But it doesn't seem overly overbearing with the Mosaic, which is really good. Yeah, and I tend to lean towards dry hopped IPAs, and
that's where you get your flavor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think you need to explain that. I know you've probably explained that dry hopping before in the past, but for me, I'd like to know.
So there's many times during the brewing process that you can use your hops.
Right.
I mean, I think even some people have added hops to the mash, which is all the grains and everything before, you steep and you hot water and then you run it through and then that's your wort. And then you boil that up and then you add hops and then ferment it and then it becomes beer, basically. Okay. So in the beginning, in the pasty times, people would just add hops they do like a 60-minute boil. That's not for everything, but let's just say 60-minute boil. So you throw in all the hops you need at 60 minutes. It would bitter the beer and then, give it the antiseptic properties of hops, basically. Right. But later in the boil, they said 30 minutes for your flavor additions, which are hops you can taste, and then 15 minutes for your aroma, which are the ones you smell, which also affect the taste. But now it's like you add 15 minutes left of your boil. You add your flavor additions, and then at the end of the boil, they call flame out, which you turn off the flame and then you let it cool. That's when you add your aroma additions. That's when you get the stick around because as it boils, all those oils, those volatile oils, boil off.
Right.
And that's where you get your flavors and your aroma compounds from. So dry hopping is even after fermentation is complete. Though people are dry hopping during fermentation now. Everything's cooled down, so those oils aren't going to boil off. So they're going to incorporate themselves with the beer better, hopefully.
Oh, I see.
So you get more of the flavor, more of the aroma that way. Makes sense. Yeah. So dry hopping, like early on when we started this, I thought it was a bad thing because I associated it with IPAs and it's like, ugh, dry hop, gross. No, dry hopping is the way to go because that's where you get great flavors. Mm-hmm. And then, there's double dry hop, triple dry hop, which isn't really... I don't know. People are saying that it's not a thing.
What people are saying this?
These people.
Where are these people?
Yeah, because double, triple dry hop because dry hopping is just one part of the process, and it's like okay, you're adding more again at another time, but it's still dry hopped. It's not double. It's not tripled. You can double and triple your amounts, but it's not. You call it double dry hopping. It's not like you're.
I see.
It's semantics, really. So
I've learned so much from you today.
If you would listen to the podcast, no. Yeah. Okay. So.
On to the next one. Which one you think we should get?
Hype Beast, I think, is what. Yeah.
Hype Beast on the way.
So Hype Beast.
Yeah.
Tell us what is a Hype Beast?
It's an Imperial New England IPA. Dry hopped with Citra and Idaho 7.
Yeah. Which I think I brought up Idaho 7 on one of our episodes that you were there for. I can't remember.
I think I remember. So let me ask you, the last one we had is a hazy IPA. Mm-hmm. This one's a New England IPA. I thought those were the same.
It is.
Okay.
But New England is hazy. And hazy is New England. But I guess you could do a New England that's possibly not hazy.
Because hazy would actually, you would see that being hazy.
But New England style IPAs are hazy. So
yeah.
Calling one a New England and one a hazy is... Yeah, it says hazy IPA on the can here.
And this one says New England. So that's why I was confused. Like, why wouldn't you stick with the same word?
No, it's...
Maybe
that's
because
weird.
It's Imperial? I don't know.
But you notice there, I was looking at the Brutal Juice. We can't say Beetlejuice on there. Anyway, no.
We've already said it once. So
yeah. It's twice. Anyway. No, wait. No, I just said it once.
That was just the one time.
Okay.
So
I was looking on the can, and you see that there's a gunny hole, and I was like, what is that? Is that just on this can? And then I see it on the next can. You know what that is?
What is it?
That's for shotgunning. That's where you poke it and you pop it.
Okay, gunny hole. Because when I hear gunny, I think of gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. All right.
I think of a gunny sack, which I guess you keep your shotgun in.
Oh.
Or Johnny B. Good kept his guitar in a gunny sack.
Okay. I didn't know that.
You in the song?
I don't remember the song.
Let's get some hype up in here.
Oh man, these are popping really well.
Yeah, and they're not
sprayed me in the face.
Did it spray you?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say it didn't spray. Ugh.
I realized what I said.
Yeah.
So Ross is drinking out of your standard 3 beers in glass, which you can still purchase, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Clint's got a bunch of them.
Yeah. I'm drinking out of a 1983 Burger King Star Wars glass for the movie Return of the Jedi.
Brag about it.
Yeah. All right. You ready to give this a good old...
More pineapple, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's
citrus.
Pineapple. I get a lot of citrus out of it.
That'd be from the Citra. Mm-hmm. I don't like it as much.
No.
It's all right. It's just more bitter.
Yeah, I mean, that bitter keeps bittering.
And then it's...
I didn't take note, too. There's a lot of alcohol in the content to this. This is 11%.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's Imperial.
It's Imperial, right?
New England.
Yeah, so that's...
maybe that's what's coming through, the alcohol.
I think it's the alcohol. There's probably some bitter notes in there, but...
I think it's mainly the alcohol for me.
You're right, it is.
Because I'm getting a lot of orange and like almost orange juice orange.
Yeah.
But then there's that sharp...
11% is a lot.
And it is. And then there's that sharp alcohol.
Yeah.
That like overwhelms it.
Because there's no taste to that. It's not necessarily bitter. It's just like... It's in my nose. Or in the back of my...
Yeah. No, I understand.
It's like I'm taking a whiskey drink.
Yeah. Taking a vodka drink.
Taking a cider drink.
And then I pee in the kitchen sink. Wait, no, that's not.
I thought I was singing songs about the...
Singing songs about the good days, singing songs about the bad days.
Good times.
Good times.
Songs about the bad times.
Hanging in his chow line. That's... Oh, wait, no, that's good times. That's not.
Yeah.
Danny boy.
Oh, I thought you were moving on up.
Yeah. 227. Sister.
I feel like we're just trying to understand the flavor here.
Yeah.
So I think that I've gotten used to the alcohol now after 3 tastes.
A little bit more, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm getting the Citra hop a lot.
Definitely.
Which I really like.
Oh, yeah. No, I like Citra.
So, yeah, I can definitely see this.
Citra is one of your more expensive hops, though, for brewers.
It's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to drink or talk after this one.
Yeah. Should have started with this one. The highest ABV one, so guaranteed a good episode. Yeah.
So my first drink, I will say, I was really disappointed.
Me too. I could see it on your face.
I was. My face was talking a lot. It was not good, but
it was like you were resting with your
my resting bitch face
with your B face.
My B face. Sorry, but sometimes when I'm watching Die Hard,
come on, bitch.
Start calling people bitch.
That was a good nap. It's the best nap you ever had.
I want to do it again. Friends jokes for you, listeners.
There you go. Yes.
Thank you to HBO Max for bringing Friends back.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, they basically, I guess they just offered more money than Netflix.
Yeah.
If they hadn't, it would still be on Netflix.
Yeah, because I'm sure people are still watching it because it was in my rotation of shows to watch. Mm-hmm. So who makes Idaho 7? Is that a bunch of Mormons?
No,
do Mormons drink beer?
They don't drink beer.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But no, they wouldn't be involved in beer either because that's
right. That makes sense.
That's against the words of wisdom, I believe.
Yeah.
So this late maturing aroma hop practically drips with juicy tropical and stone fruit, supported by sticky pine and fainter notes of earthy black tea. It's perfect for late additions, though also has high enough alpha acids for good bittering. I would not use this for bittering because that would bring out all that danky, funky pine, just ugh. And I'm sure people would love that, actually. People that love IPAs love that, but I can't.
Want that sweaty sock?
Yeah. That is your metric for a good IPA. Yes, has to taste like sweaty socks.
Cutter hates that description.
I mean, that's for a very long time. I was like, I agreed with you. Well, I wouldn't say a good IPA, but I would just say all IPAs. That was what it. To me, that's what it was.
And again, that's what I thought when you were looking for craft beer.
Super dank.
It was basically IPAs.
Yeah.
That's equal craft beer.
Yeah.
And so
and I can see it.
It's really annoying to like still remember that time.
Oh, young Chance.
Yeah. So much to learn. So many mistakes to make.
115 pounds.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, but yeah, so tropical fruit, piney, resinous, stone fruit. Which stone fruit, some people don't realize what that is, but it's any fruit with like a pit of a stone. So peaches, apricots, plums, although plums are
made of real apes.
Plums are slightly different because those are in a different category, which if it tastes like plums, they'll just say plums. So it's mainly, peaches and apricots. Yeah.
I can definitely get that because
nectarines.
Okay.
That's
right?
You're right.
Is that... What about plums?
No,
did you already say that?
I just told you that. I mean, it is a stone fruit, but if something tastes like plums, then people will say it's plummy. So
that's true,
and that's usually like your darker beers,
right? Yeah, that makes sense. The problem with plums, though, for me, I love
with plums.
the plumbrum would be that was hard to say.
Quite a plumbrum.
I really like plums, but when they're a little too mushy, I absolutely can't go there.
Can't do it. No. Yeah. Who the hell would want you now?
It's not like a Star Crunch. I don't care if it's a mushy Star Crunch, a crunchy Star Crunch, cold Star Crunch. Curb.
Yeah. I know.
So good.
That's why you can't have a Star Crunch in the house.
We can't.
Or you can for a very short time.
Yes, one day.
Eat the whole
just box. Find a bunch of wrappers in the sheets.
2 Chainz? How'd you get here? Yo, we had Star Crunch. That's my 2 Chainz. Hey, Jermaine Dupri.
Oh, Jermaine Dupri.
Super producer.
Nice.
They had Star Crunch.
Yo, where's CR at? I don't know if he's related to CR in any way.
I don't know. That's about
Where's Ashanti? There we go. Where's Aaliyah at? She's still dead.
Oh.
Rest in peace. Let's talk about the state of R&B music. Can we do that for a second?
Current R&B music or 90s R&B? The state of 90s R&B music.
I want to say what happened to R&B music. I will say that I know that there's like
there was a shift. I mean,
there's still good R&B music out there, but it's just not on popular music stations.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's out
there. Where are they playing the Key Sweat?
I don't know. I'm twisted over this.
I'm wearing my sweats by Key Sweat, and I want to listen to the new Key Sweat.
I want to sweat it up. Yeah, I mean, I really have not liked anything mainstream pop or like R&B since Usher.
Oh, man,
The Neo was okay.
Yeah.
The first album was okay.
Where's the baby making music, man?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah. It's like, I ain't making babies, but, I want to, sometimes
I want to listen to that music.
I want to get my freak on.
Yeah, freak on with a pillow.
Hey, I told you that in confidence.
It's a body pillow. There was one R&B singer that I liked that was okay. Trey Songz. Yeah. That's pretty good. The Neighbors Know My Name. There's a couple other things.
He was in a few Lupe Fiasco songs.
Oh, was he? But, I mean, how lucky was he to be named Trey Songz and then with a Z? That's really fortunate for his career.
Yes, very, very.
Trey Songz on, I think it's his first album, has a song called Neighbors Know My Name. That song nasty.
You nasty.
But it's a sexy song. If you look into Lay Some Babies, that doesn't make sense. Make some babies.
Wait. You
having sex with a bird?
We talked about this Epstein shit, man. We can't. This is not okay.
Don't get me started.
Anyway, Anybody knows some good R&B? Let us know.
Call into our hotline.
Yes. That's it. What was that number? No, never mind.
Send us a MySpace message.
There you go.
Shoot me up. Don't shoot me up.
Shoot me up when I'm laying some babies.
Oh, man. No, yeah. Hit me up on Friendster.
Oh, man.
Or the original Facebook, which is called roommates.com.
Oh.
Not roommates, classmates.com.
That's weird.
Hit me up on roommates. You might live in my house.
Hey, did we live together? Oh, no. Oh, never mind. They still have classmates. You can look at people's yearbooks. You can look at your own yearbook. It's free, too, I think. I don't know.
You want to hear something?
It used to be you had to pay, I think. You had to do it monthly.
Yeah, you did to be able to see certain things.
Which Scott was saying he signed up for that right before Facebook was big.
You got on Classmates. You thought you go, Classmates is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
You bought stock in Classmates.
Oh, man.
But anyway, classmates.com.
Yeah, hit us up.
Yeah.
I
really wish that your ad is classmates.com right now.
Oh, well, hey, Chance.
What's up?
Do you know where Catherine Hahn and Woody Harrelson go when they want some super dank hops?
I don't know.
That's right. They go to Homebrew, Ohio.
That's a place?
As far as I know.
Oh.
As far as I know, that's where they go. They're a homebrew shop in Sandusky, Ohio.
That's a terrible city name.
But you don't have to be Chris Farley and David Spade to enjoy Homebrew, Ohio, because they have a website, www.homebrewOhio.com.
Ah.
And Tracy Chapman loves it because instead of getting in her fast car, she can just go to their website to find everything for making beer, wine, cider, and even nasty kombucha. Now, obviously, I would advocate trying your local homebrew supply, but sometimes they just don't have everything you're looking for. But Texas Brewing Inc. is pretty good. TXBrewing.com. Anyway, let's not. Haltom City. They get me stuff faster than the place that's down the road from, from Legend.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, and you know who loves adding malt from Homebrew, Ohio to score a few more gravity points when he's not scoring the final points in the last seconds of the 93 NBA Finals?
Emilio Estevez.
That's right. John Paxson and Ezekiel what's his?
Elliott?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Because all those people are from Ohio.
Right. It's a lot of Ohio
Actually, Ezekiel
people.
Elliott isn't from Ohio. I don't know if he's not from there. He just went to Ohio State. Yeah. But John Paxson.
From Ohio. Man, that dude can hit some threes.
He hit one that was very important.
Right. He didn't really hit that many others, but it was just those important ones.
Yeah.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, sure. Well, what do you think of this one?
So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 1.
Mm-hmm.
That first drink kind of hit me over the head.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think it was the alcohol content.
It
not
is.
necessarily the hop.
For me, yeah.
Yeah. And so for me, once I got used to it, it's not my favorite taste, but for an IPA, it was good. It had a nice citrus scent on the nose. Once I got used to the alcohol content, it had a nice smooth taste, nice citrus aftertaste, but a little too bitter for me as a regular beer. Just a beer that I would pick. Yeah. I'm going to give it a 1 because I wouldn't turn this beer down, but it's just barely a 1 for me.
I get it. I would have to give it a 0. It's decent and everything, but the alcohol really gets in the way.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd say if it was even 6%, even 7, maybe 8, the flavors would be a whole lot better.
Yeah.
As it is, if I were there, I wouldn't buy this.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll add on to mine that I tend to find myself lately leaning towards higher alcohol content beer because I don't know. I just kind of like the idea of having one beer and kind of get a nice buzz from it.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And then moving on from that.
Yeah.
And then that's all I have. Just reduce the calories, but then at the same time, still have a nice buzz from it. I think that this kind of beer that I could use to do that, and I think that that's what I was looking for, which sometimes I am, I would order this beer if it was there.
Okay, I could see doing that.
Yeah.
I guess I have to give it a 1 then.
Yeah.
I guess I have to give it a 1.
Because like, there's sometimes I want to...
Begrudgingly.
Right. There's sometimes I come home from work.
Okay, well, not begrudgingly, because it doesn't deserve that. Right, but it's well made, but I think it could be better. But still. All right, new beer. We got Contraband, which is another New England style IPA.
Or hazy IPA.
Yes, or hazy if you enjoy that. If you prefer that. 8.3%, so higher than the Brutal Juice, but not as high as the Hype Beast. Would you say the Hype Beast lived up to the hype?
For an IPA, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it did because I didn't think there was any hype to it, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess if you have zero expectation, it's really hard to miss that.
Although, actually, no, I had more expectations after the Brutal Juice because the Brutal Juice was pretty good. True, so I was like, yeah, this is going to be good. But it was still good.
Brutal Juice is my favorite still.
Yeah, so far. Yeah. So Contraband is dry hopped with Idaho 7, Kohatu, and Wakatu hops, which both of those are New Zealand hops, which are called New World hops, and they're a lot fruitier.
Ooh, good. Nice splash there.
Yeah. Fruity. Loads of pineapple in this again. Okay. I think, yeah. Maybe my nose is just smelling pineapple tonight. I don't know, man. But tropical.
It's definitely tropical. I wouldn't say it's tropical. Citrus. Not a little less citrus than the last one for sure.
Yeah. Well, there's no Citra in this one. Right. So, but it's got that Idaho 7, which was in the last one. So it's going to share a bit of... Okay.
There's almost a sweet content to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't put it on. It's almost plummy.
Quite a plum drum. This one's okay, I wouldn't say.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Definitely not as good as the other ones.
This is what I expect of an IPA.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So it might be because the Kohatu has intense tropical fruit and pine needle aroma. So it might be
so much pine needle in all these things. Yeah. Pine cone, pine needle, pine leaves.
Yeah. And Wakatu is described as floral and lime aromas.
Maybe that's when I'm getting sweet is the floral.
The floral? Maybe.
But it kind of makes me think of...
Bad Boys? Bad Boys 2.
Shit just got real.
Bad Boys 3 for life.
I never saw Bad Boys 3.
What?
Or anything after Bad Boys 2. Any Bad Boys after 2. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when we come for you? And now step back, and now it's next, makes nose, now hey. Dude, you gotta learn the words. We usually only do the chorus.
Rest in peace, Bad Boys. Because it's not on TV anymore.
I just hate that he's so rich in that. Like, doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, why is he a rich guy?
He chose to be a cop.
Yeah. Gabrielle Union.
She's helping the bad guys. Why is she?
Well, she's undercover.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Undercover.
Shit just got real.
It did. It really did.
And as I say, shit just got real. Just imagine this really like 360 pan coming around our faces as we stand up and look off into the distance
and then we take a drink.
Yeah.
This is not real good.
I'm trying to think of
this is more IPA when I think of IPA.
I'm trying to think of a vegetable that I don't like that gives me like a bitter taste afterwards. And I can't.
Brussels sprouts?
I love Brussels sprouts.
Mushrooms.
You know what? It gives me... That's what it is.
Really?
It's the mushroom aftertaste that I hate. The earthiness.
Yeah?
I hate that taste. That's
grassiness, maybe.
No, for me, mushrooms, the aftertaste kind of...
Well, I'm not talking about mushrooms. But
for me, the mushroom aftertaste that I hate, that I can't handle on mushrooms is this earthy dirty, like dirt aftertaste on it. That's almost got a licorice effect to it, to me, in my taste buds. And I'm getting that it's not full licorice, but it's almost like this, like really offensive sweetness that I don't like a bittersweetness, bittersweet symphony, so to speak.
Yes. Got there before I did.
I didn't even mean to say bittersweetness and lean to that song, but once I said it, I had to throw it.
Oh, yeah, of course. We were merely freshmen. Wait, that's Verve Pipe. Never mind. That's a different band. She was touching her face.
When I was young, I was part of this like cover punk band.
Alligator Assassin.
This was after Alligator Assassin.
Alligator Suitcase. After.
Yeah. It was called Nonetheless. Really stupid name. Nonetheless.
Stupid. No, more less. That's what we want. I don't know.
Do you have any requests?
More
Please
less.
stop.
I always say that, and then people get really offended.
Do you take... One time we did the Freshman by the Verb and
Verve Pipe.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and during the performance of the song, he would touch his face when I said touch his face. Because it was kind of like a funny thing. Because a lot of our friends would come to it. Everyone laughed, but I look back at it now and it was pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
I did a cover of by myself.
Hash Pipe.
Of Creep by Radiohead.
Oh.
And
so you can't listen to the song anymore.
I did. It was a request from like my friends and stuff like that, and I did it. And I'm not
Pablo Honey.
I'm not the greatest singer, but when it comes to like having to project part of the songs, I am actually pretty good.
Okay.
And so for that part at the end of Creep, I really kind of rocked it in there, so it was pretty good.
All right.
So that was fun to do those songs, but I do miss doing that. Yeah, I miss that a lot.
Well, you do that.
I do that now, but
VDB.
Van Dyke Brown, but with the virus, we haven't practiced in 4 months. We decided to practice twice. But that's now put back on hiatus again. Yeah. So whenever
Greg Abbott shut it down.
Because of the coronavirus. He came
in there and he was like, no
more band practice,
guys.
Stop band practice. Hey guys,
I love VDB, but we want everybody to be safe.
I'm looking forward to like in 2040 going back and reading like the Wikipedia page for VDB and talking about the hiatuses in 2020.
The band took a temporary hiatus.
Because, like, when you read in Wikipedia about a band, it'll go through, like, eras. Yeah. And it'll say 2020 hiatus. 1. 2020 hiatus. 2. 2020 hiatus. 1. The band got together after a hiatus due to coronavirus. They practiced twice. Next section. 2020 hiatus 2.
That's the second album. Hiatus 2.
I like that. 2 hiatuses. Hiatus 1, hiatus 2.
Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Wayne's World 2.
For those of you who couldn't see what I was doing, I was winking my eyes.
Yeah.
Hiatus 1, hiatus 2. Hiatus 1, hiatus 2. Will you still love me when I'm off touring and sleeping with women? Yes. All right. Bonus. I think that's the only time he says bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus.
Yeah. Do I know Frampton Comes Alive? They sent it in the mail to us with samples of Tide.
One of my best experiences and why I can't wait to be a father is
here we go.
No, my nephew was here a couple weekends ago. I got to watch Wayne's World, and he's learning how to play guitar. So he understands, and his favorite genre of music is what his mom likes, which is the same thing what I like, which is grunge, early 90s.
Yeah, he was really into Silverchair when I talked to him last.
Yeah.
Which then I listened to a bunch of Silverchair and was like, ugh.
Yeah, it's not that good. Sorry, Amanda.
There's a
Silverchair is not that good.
I really loved them in 7th and 8th grade though.
Yeah. I knew the radio songs. I didn't have their albums, so I
had their first 2 albums and then I kind of fell off. I have their 3rd album, but I really never listened to it.
Anyway, I got to experience someone that didn't grow up when we did. Yeah. Watching Wayne's World for the first time. Yeah. And it was pretty epic. It was such a cool, and I don't see the word epic that often, but it was just a cool experience to see him hearing the things that Wayne would say. And sometimes things he didn't understand that was happening in the movie.
Okay, Jeff. No, that was 2. Never mind. Sorry.
He watched 2. We watched both of them that night. It was amazing.
Did you think it was inappropriate to see the
He loves quoting that.
Indians.
That line, by the way.
I can't remember that.
He loves quoting that
exact
line.
but.
And he knows, like, he can't
Hey,
say
who's that old lady?
Line. He didn't get that joke, but I definitely laughed out loud.
That's my old lady.
That's my old lady. Oh, so good.
So Jeff Beck pops his head around the corner.
Says, I gotta find 2,000 green M&Ms or else Ozzy ain't going on stage. Well, I found the shopkeeper, and he had a great big old Bengal tiger. I like to kill them with my own 2 hands. Or whatever he says. It's so creepy. And then my favorite part is when he tells it again, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, we've heard this before.
Yeah.
Wayne's World 2. I actually think of all the really good movies, Wayne's World 2 might possibly could be better than Wayne's World 1.
It's one of those ones
or
where
at least
the sequel
on par.
Is
like it's pretty close to the same or if not better.
I think it's that was one of the ones where they had more money and the jokes were probably even funnier.
The problem is that everyone quotes Wayne's World 1, but Wayne's World 2 quotes were amazing.
Denied.
Like, I love
Ed O'Neill? Or was that in the first one?
I think that's the second one. Yeah. I love the
but
second.
When a man kills another
That's
man...
the first one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Why is it when a man kills a man in war, he's a hero, but when he kills a man in the heat of passion, it's called murder? Hello? Yeah,
so good.
Or when
so good.
in the second one, when Garth is with
Swing.
What's her name? The blonde lady.
Honey Horny.
Horny. Who is that? Kim Basinger. Young Kim.
Take me, Garth.
Yeah. Where? You're low on gas and I need a coat.
No. The other way.
Oh, yeah. That's what he says.
I'm low on gas and you need a coat.
Oh, yeah. I'm low on gas and you need a coat. And then she says, Garth, can I be Frank? Okay. Can I still be Garth?
Oh,
so good.
Man.
Such a good movie. Yeah. Wayne's World 2 is definitely good. Great, if not better than the first one.
I think so. I was reading just the other day, Wayne's World is the second movie to come from a Saturday Night Live skit.
It's the second movie?
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me what the first one is.
All right.
Well, that would be Blues Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a long time in between.
That was a long time.
But, I mean, in the 80s and early 80s, I
Wayne's
guess.
World was
Saturday Night
early
Live
20s.
Was not...
Early 90s, I mean.
90s.
Early
like
90s.
92 or something,
92.
I think.
So when did Blues Brothers come out?
70s.
Yeah. Oh, 70s?
Yeah, I think like very late 70s.
So Saturday Night Live has been around since the 70s?
Like 75, I think, was like their first year or something like that.
I thought they came out in the 80s.
No, 80s Saturday Night Live is bad.
Well, you know what? I haven't...
Well, it's not bad, but it's not looked upon as the greatest of
really?
years.
I haven't gone back and... I don't think I've seen the Blues Brothers since I was a child.
Yeah. It's still good.
It's still good?
Yeah. Blues Brothers 2000, though, no.
Not good?
I can't sit there for the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
His John Goodman in it and Dan Aykroyd.
So what's the Saturday Night Live movie after Wayne's World?
Wayne's World 2.
Well, after Wayne's World 2.
After that, those were successes. So after that, they just kept pumping them out, I think. I don't know.
So then it was Superstar, right? Was somewhere after that?
That was, yes. I'm pretty sure there was something in between those. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't think there's anything as successful as Wayne's World from Saturday Night Live.
Because after that, all I can think of is Superstar, and then there was Corky Romano.
Oof.
Was that a Saturday Night Live?
No, I don't think. No.
It was just
Night at the Roxbury.
Night at the Roxbury.
That was before
Superstar?
Superstar.
Oh, it was? Okay.
But Ladies Man, I never saw that, though. But
I don't think I saw that one either.
No.
And I don't think I saw Night at the Roxbury, the movie.
It's not bad. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's bad.
Is that Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah, Chris Kattan.
Oh, Coneheads.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah. Well, that was from the 70s.
Wasn't that a TV show at some point?
It might have been. I don't remember what that, but or you might be thinking of Third Rock from the Sun. I don't know. Similar. But
no, yes, they're similar. But I'm
were
definitely thinking Coneheads was a show at some point. Maybe
it was on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Also, It's Pat If you remember Pat.
I don't remember
Also, Stuart Saves His Family.
Don't remember that either.
Oh, those were like classic skits in early 90s Saturday Night Live. Then Night at the Roxbury, Superstar, and Ladies Man. And I guess that's it.
Now, Saturday Night Live people making movies, it's different. I remember being younger, and at the time that I watched Saturday Night Live, it ran 30 minutes over Mad TV. So I liked Mad TV when I was young.
Yeah. First season Mad TV was, it was rough, but they had good people on there.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's not the golden age of Saturday Night Live, really.
Right. So it wasn't like I was like missing that much.
That was early Will Ferrell, maybe Sherry O'Terry.
But it was Colin Quinn. And I always switched over and caught Colin Quinn on Newsbreak.
Oh man, he was good.
He was really good.
That was after
so dry.
Norm Macdonald. A lot of people. I don't think a lot of people still.
No one appreciated Colin Quinn.
No, still a lot of people don't appreciate it.
Yeah. Was he before or after Norm Macdonald?
He was after because
I still remember Norm Macdonald on Newsbreak, so I definitely watched that too.
He was good. He was
the
really
original
good.
Dry news anchor.
Well, no,
I thought it was a little bit dry humor.
Yes, it was.
It was a little bit of slapstick too, but it was a little bit of dry as well.
Yeah, but before that, Kevin Nealon was. He read the news as like a new person reading the news, and then before that was
Kevin Nealon's was good too. Like really, anyone they've had on there has been pretty good, except for the current people. I've watched it lately, and I can't get on. I've seen a couple
before
of them.
That, it was. Well, I don't know before that, but like when it was just Seth Meyers, it was just.
Oh, I did not like. I don't like
Dark Times, man.
Anything with Seth Meyers.
I don't like him.
There's nothing good about him. How did he?
I don't know. He was head writer for a long time during the another dark time of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah. And some really good actresses like comedy. Like I love like the ladies like the Tina Fey, Amy
Poehler. That
Kristen
was
Wiig. I love Kristen Wiig. And then what's her name? That was also in Bridesmaids. I think she's like half black, maybe.
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph. She's great.
Yeah, her mom wrote that song. That was like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't want to know about wrote, but she sang it. I don't think either of us did it justice.
Yeah, we don't need to try that.
We know that.
But yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that. No, she's hilarious. I love her.
Yeah.
And I do like that era. Why is Jason Sudeikis famous? I don't understand.
I like him and stuff.
What is he good in?
We Are the Millers.
It's okay.
He was funny in that.
It's okay.
And Mandalorian.
He's okay.
He was in 5 minutes.
But he was already famous by that point. Like, what made him famous?
Oh, well, Saturday Night Live.
So he was in Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I don't remember him
for a while. Yeah.
I
early
he
2000s,
comes off as a total tool to me.
He
probably is.
He plays that character sometimes, but I don't know if he is. He might be, but I don't know if he is. All right. So what do you think of the Contraband?
0.
Yeah,
0. It's exactly what I expect out of an IPA. Like I said, there's almost like an earthy. I won't necessarily say mushroom, but there's an earthy flavor out of it that I don't like. It's almost like a sweet in there. There is some like citrus that I do like, and I'm not apprehensive to sweet necessarily. It's just that earthy, almost like bittersweet type of flavor that I don't like. That's in there, and I don't know. It's just all hop to me, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I probably would give it a 0. Like, I'd probably order the Hype Beast because it tastes good, although the ABV is very high. It's got what people would say is a hoppy flavor, whereas all these flavors are hops.
Right.
Which hops have a variety of flavors. But this has that bitter. To me, I'd say like grassy, like almost vegetal. I wouldn't say vegetal because it doesn't taste like vegetables, but like plant matter sort of. That's what it tastes like to me. And then like pininess or like leaves. Not that's going overboard, but like, you know, that flavor, that hop flavor, that bitterness is what I get a lot out of it. To me, this is what, when I dread an IPA, this is sort of what I don't want.
What you're dreading, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to order this again. So, 0. All right, what do we got next?
And for our last IPA of the night...
Not last beer, though.
Would hate this episode. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He'd be gone. He'd be asleep.
He would be super drunk.
He would be.
Super drunk and loud and belligerent. It would be impossible to get.
Because this beer would be our third 8.5%. Even though we're only getting about 8 ounces per pour.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of alcohol. 11, then 8, then 8. And we started with, what was it, 6?
Yeah, 6.4.
So, I mean, all these have been on the higher notes. So
elevated ABV.
Yeah, this one's called the Cosmic Slaughter. It's a hazy. So all 4 of them have either been. They're all the same kind of IPA.
Yes, they are.
They're all either they're labeled hazy or New England. This one's labeled hazy. IPA, dry hopped with Citra, and the dreaded Mosaic.
Yeah. So hopefully they didn't use Mosaic for bittering. So. Yeah. Like the Brutal Juice was dry hopped with Mosaic, and we like that. So
yeah,
but it is very apropos that you have your Star Wars glass for the Cosmic Slaughter.
Yeah, that does work.
Not a lot of head. I don't know about this aroma.
The smell is not what I'm wanting, but what I'm expecting. It's like, shall I say?
No, it's like meaty, or beans, like red beans. Get it, or is that just
I'm getting like a spinach.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. To me, it's more like red beans and rice.
Like a bitter type of vegetable that's been cooked.
This is going to be... Taste it. Yeah. Yeah. Vegetal. I don't know when this was canned, but it's got to be recent, right?
Yeah.
This is not good. I don't know. I mean, we have so much beer, so I don't think... Maybe it'll go away. Maybe.
So this reminds me of the vein of IPAs.
Maybe they slaughtered some asparagus in the cosmic battle.
Go pee and smell it. Yeah, it's kind of like a...
It's just...
It's definitely... So I'm going to take away my spinach take. It's still got that really super earthy...
Yes.
Like bitter. I can smell it. It's almost like a bitter sweetness that on the smell, but then when I taste it, there's no sweet.
It's not terrible. It's just a really weird flavor in there.
So I would not say it's necessarily weird. Like that aftertaste, that hoppy bitterness that let me separate those words. That bitterness that I'm getting at the end on that from the taste from the beginning, it's
a very sweetness to it, but
it's nice and crisp once it hits your mouth.
Yeah.
But then there's a bitterness that takes over your mouth, and that's just what I expect out of IPAs. My palate isn't as defined as yours, so all I can say that I would certify to necessarily would be that it's once the flavor gets past my front teeth, it's just bitterness hitting my mouth, and that's what I expect out of like a Goose Island IPA. You know,
I get sweet fruit and like sweet red beans, like from an Asian sweet bean, like sort of.
I know what you're talking about. I'm not getting it at all.
And it could be, and like the beaniness could be like an earthiness.
Yeah. I'm getting the earthiness out of the flavor, but once I drink it, all I'm getting is the bitterness from the hot. Yeah. And again, I don't want to like come out here and obviously I'm not a fan of the flavor, but I'm not saying this is a bad beer. In my opinion, it's not a bad beer because I know that people like this flavor. For me, it's just
I don't know if anybody would like this flavor. This is so unusual and not unusual in a good way.
It's definitely got the bitterness of Mosaic. Mm-hmm. I'm familiar with that hop.
Maybe it's the combination of the Mosaic and the Citra that are like,
because it is nice and crisp to hit the mouth. So it's almost like I'm getting the crisp at the Citra at front, and then the Mosaic is what I'm left with.
There's orange in there, a citrus, but
it's almost grapefruity.
Well, grapefruit's common in a lot of IPAs.
Yeah.
IPAs that I don't want to drink, really.
That's what I'm getting.
Zilker IPAs. They call it tropical, and it tastes like grapefruit.
Have you ever hit someone in the face with a grapefruit?
Not, but that would be a much better use of it than eating it.
I haven't done that. I have hit my good friend, your brother-in-law, Scott, in the face with a basketball twice.
Twice? I know about one time.
It happened twice.
Stop sleeping with my wife.
I was not talking about Scott at that point.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Fucking Mike. Piece of shit.
Entrepreneur. He's got a degree in it.
Yeah. I'm not liking this cosmic slaughter, man.
No,
it's a
me
slaughter.
neither. Yes.
It's a cosmic slaughter, honestly.
They slaughtered the hops for this. And I love cosmic, and I like the can, but proof that you can't, buy a beer because
it makes
like
me wince every time I sip it.
Going forward, we're gonna have sours, so
yeah, and that's a good type of wince.
Yeah,
there's wince.
I'm just saying, saying this, this may be bad. These last two were definitely misses.
Yeah,
maybe three. I wouldn't say three, but two definitely misses. Big miss on this last one, which. Well, I guess this is my review. Okay. So I'm getting beans, I'm getting earth, I'm getting vegetal flavors, which shouldn't be because this is not an old beer.
Right.
I don't think Brutal has old beers on the shelf. They can't. They sell out constantly. Right. But yeah, no, zero, obviously.
Okay.
It's got some fruit in there, some sweetness, but it's just got that weird flavor to it. It's just bad. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's weird in a bad way.
I'll say it's bad.
Okay.
It's got that mushroomy, earthy, like bittersweetness for me. And then it's just a bitter that just lingers on my palate. And I don't like it. And I don't want it.
Why'd you let it linger?
I didn't want it to, but I had to drink it, and I'm not Joel. I'll finish my beer. I'm ready to move on to a sour. So 0 for me. Yeah. I think that there's definitely a audience for this beer, and if you like really bitter, earthy IPAs, go check this one out. However, do not invite me to taste that with you because I'll kick you in the face.
Roundhouse to the temple.
Oh, ouch.
All right, so our next beer is Get to the Cobbler.
Oh.
Which is a reference to Predator.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the Cobbler.
Nice.
So a sour ale with peaches, vanilla, cinnamon, and milk sugar, which we almost didn't get because I forgot to order it. But luckily the bartender was like, oh no, you can just buy whatever you want.
Nice.
You don't have to buy 4 packs.
Badass. Even though their website was contradictory.
Yes.
Nice pop.
Spritz. Ooh. Pieces of peaches on the top, I think. I don't know. Oh. Hopefully this is a lot better than IPAs. I definitely get the sour.
Oh, that's a good picture.
Get some fruit.
Oh,
I was hoping for more sweetness.
Some pit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got like an earthy sweetness.
Earthy, huh?
That's what I get out of it.
Wow. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot going on there. Yes, exactly. There's a lot of flavor. Not terrible. It's got okay. Now I'm getting the malt.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like way delayed, but that's a good taste there.
It comes in almost kind of nutty to me.
Yes.
It's a little bit like a nutty malt.
But like way like after.
Yeah. It's once your tongue starts hitting the roof of your mouth afterwards, you're kind of like,
Yes.
That's where you get the nuttiness. It's super nutty to me.
Very.
At the end.
Yes. Like super delayed though.
Yeah.
Like first you get all that sour, a lot of lactic acid to me. Like maybe some sweetness, but then
it's almost like a sour peach at first, like really earthy,
definitely
sour.
get the cinnamon, a lot of cinnamon.
Maybe that's what I'm getting with the malt. I'm getting the cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Maybe the milk sugar is coming in with the peach at the beginning.
Yeah. Well,
or is
that's sticking around, and that's like middle. Maybe it's in the aftertaste, but it's. I think it's with that malt. I think that's like the nuttiness. No, I was hoping for more vanilla. It's not bad. It's like I really like it, but like it's so complex.
It's very complex. It is actually very, very good.
Very good. But the first taste was shocking because it was like
maybe it's because we've been drinking IPAs.
Possibly.
It could be a possibility there, but my second drink is good. It's very good.
I can still like taste it afterwards. Mm-hmm. And the aftertaste is even better than like the.
Oh yeah, it's super wet, and it definitely lingers.
It lingers a lot.
There's a lot of sweetness.
The sweetness is what lingers, and it's more like it's like a milky sweetness.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the milk sugar,
which is lactose.
Right. So my question if I'm trying to come from like a super uneducated beer drinker, like I drink it, but I don't know anything about making it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I assumed all beers had some sort of hop involved.
No. Well, yes and no.
Okay. Every style. So when you say that, what I'm gathering from that is every style could have a hop, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
Will they be including a hop?
I know Blue Owl, who also does sours, just sours, actually.
Uh-huh.
They have their Tropical Brut, which was at Taps and Caps, where we got some beers the other day. Mm-hmm. It has no hops in it. Mm-hmm. It is like 8%, but you can't taste it. It's amazing. Right. Probably because it has so much fruit in it, because fruit has sugars, and then the yeast eats the sugars and everything. Right. It's crazy. I don't know. So that one doesn't have hops, but it gives it a lower shelf life that way.
Right.
But
okay.
Also Gruit, which is a style not many people make. Fort Tap, they have a Gruit. They have a Rosemary Sun Eater. Gruit doesn't use hops. It had it's a very old recipe where they used herbs and flowers and stuff that had antiseptic qualities. Basically, what hops do, but hops perform better and they're cheaper because Gruit at the time was controlled by the church. And so they would sell Gruit licenses to people to sell Gruit, and then, they'd make all this money. And it was like people that wanted to make beer were like at the mercy. It was basically like a heavy tax that they had to pay to get the Gruit to make the beer. And then these people started growing hops and it's like, hey, fuck you, we got hops. These work better and they taste better. But anyway, so Gruit doesn't have hops. But a lot of sours, farmhouse sours and everything like that, we're usually going to have very little hops, or if they do, it's going to be like dry hopped, which Blue Owl dry hops. I thought they dry hopped all their beers except that one beer. So, but yeah, because it's soured and then you can add hops.
I see.
Just for flavor.
So when I'm wanting to utilize a vanilla flavor in my
you add vanilla.
Flavors, right? So I prefer vanilla as a complementary flavor.
Yeah.
Versus a primary flavor.
Well, yeah.
I don't like vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
But if I do have vanilla ice cream, I always notice that to me, the flavor of vanilla is a very dry flavor. Like if I was to take a scoop of vanilla ice cream and put it in my mouth.
No, you'd never do that.
It's okay. But once I swallowed it, it was gone.
Sweet cream and Kit Kats.
So I kind of get that same sense.
Oh, okay.
When I'm drinking this beer. Like it's like there might be some vanilla in there, but it's gone before like I can like pinpoint it.
Yeah, the flavor doesn't.
I get some sweetness that I would pinpoint to vanilla in there. Maybe that's just the milk sugar. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I'm definitely not getting any cinnamon either.
You're not.
I'm not getting the cinnamon.
I get tons of it.
Where are you getting the cinnamon?
Right after the sour, right before the rest of the flavors come through. That's so weird that it has like this really layered flavor profile, because you get that sour immediately, then you get I get cinnamon as I'm swallowing probably.
I know what flavor you're talking about. I can see cinnamon there, but it definitely is coated with like something sweeter than the cinnamon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
maybe it's the milk sugar, maybe it's the vanilla.
Well, cinnamon's not sweet, but yeah,
right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's being counteracted by one of those sweet flavors.
I can see that.
I can almost get the cinnamon since the way you described it. I can almost like force my mind to focus on that part of the flavor,
pumpkin spice sort of.
Yeah,
which is cinnamon isn't
right. Anyway, so yeah, I'm getting. I can see where the cinnamon should be.
Now I'm starting to smell it actually, mixed in with the sour.
Yeah, I'm not. It's hard for me to find the cinnamon. I can see where it's supposed to be. It's hard for me to find it.
But I love how complex this is. The first drink, I didn't. I was like, "Oh, this is so sour. All this lactic acid," but then goes away, and then you taste everything else. Like it's layered in a way.
I feel like I'm getting a mixture of the cinnamon and the milk sugar now.
Yeah, kind of wish we had more of this one. I don't know. Maybe the next one will be couple will be even better.
I would say this is not what I just finished my get to the Cable, and it's not what I would expect out of a sour necessarily. Yeah. Nice complementary flavors. It says peaches, vanilla, cinnamon, and milk sugar. I'm not sure I can pinpoint any peach. Actually, yes, I can. I can pinpoint the peach.
Really? Yeah, and I don't know.
There's definitely a fruity flavor, so I'll say that I'm getting the peach, but to me, it's more of a fruity flavor, along with the milk sugar, kind of like a sweetness to counteract it. If I look for the cinnamon, I can possibly find it, and if I look for the vanilla, I can't find the vanilla. Mm-hmm. However, it's a very, very attractive flavor for me. I could definitely drink this multiple times. It's not overly sour. Like sometimes I feel like sours are just like wanting to get your face to squinch up into that sour face.
Yeah.
This doesn't do that for me. This is a 1 for me. I would order this again.
Yeah. First off, there's a whole lot of sour just in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where the peach is buried in the sour.
Okay.
But I love how it's layered, because you get that initial, like, for me, like too sour in the beginning.
Okay.
And then you get that cinnamon and the milk sugar, that sweetness.
Right.
Maltiness almost that comes through, this layered flavor that hangs around. And that I like it. It's a 1 for me. And I mean, I've been saying the same thing over and over. I don't know, but yes.
It's a good one.
Yes.
It's a good sour. All right, so our next beer
is the Dream Shake?
It's a Dream Shake. No, it's called the Screamsicle.
Oh, Screamsicle.
Yeah.
Not Dream.
It's going to taste like Nev Campbell. And all right, the description on this beer is pretty upfront and clear. Mm-hmm. Sour with oranges and vanilla. I think we're getting creamsicle flavor out of it. So,
I'm hoping from.
Yeah, I'm all down for a creamsicle. So let's hear this pop.
I think this is the best can that we've had so far.
Yeah, it's a nice can.
The art. I'd say Cosmic Slaughter, but that beer was just so bad that I can't.
I'm still just getting like lactose.
Sour.
Okay, so sour.
There's
just sour.
Something in there. Maybe it's a creamsicle flavor that I'm smelling.
You're right. I'm just getting the sour.
That's lactic acid there. All right. I don't know about creamsicle, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely nice and smooth.
Yeah.
I'm smelling it now. I'm getting orange. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely getting the orange.
Like eating actual orange, like almost.
I'm getting the vanilla notes coming through in the back end a little bit. Mm-hmm. Actually, like right after I swallow, I'm getting the vanilla.
I'm getting something. Yeah, but it's not like...
It tastes vanilla-y to
like
me.
Creamsicle.
It's definitely not creamsicle.
I wouldn't say it's bad or anything.
Right. I think it misses the mark in terms of creamsicle.
Yeah.
But it's a very like, smooth, refreshing sour.
Yeah. No, this is, as sours go, I would say this is more drinkable than the Get to the Cobbler.
For sure. At least from the initial taste.
Yes. But it doesn't have the complexity, the flavors that come through. There's nothing that
screams out, I'm the best sour you've ever had type of like flavor to me.
No, but this is like...
It's good.
This is maybe just above Berliner Weiss, like sour, and then it's got flavor.
Right.
More flavor.
So like there's some beers out there that they have a description on them, whether they be a sour or not. Like Manhattan Brewing Project, they have their
kiwi.
Be
a sour.
They have the kiwi.
Yeah.
Gosa.
Key lime
Gosa. And it tastes like a fucking key lime pie.
It fucking does. I don't know how they did it.
There are some beers that were identified to a flavor, and they taste
and you pick up everything.
You taste everything. You're like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm eating.
I never...
Or...
with the key lime Gosa, I never expected that.
Right. No, absolutely. Not with a Gosa, necessarily.
No, anything. I just thought it'd be limey.
Right.
But that tastes like a fucking pie.
Right.
A sour key lime pie.
Yeah. And I
don't even like key lime pie.
And that's...
Kiwi lime.
Maybe. No. You're not allergic to that.
No.
So that's where like that becomes a little unique. A lot of times you'll get this flavors, or at least the title, where it's like, oh, this is the flavor profile we're going for. Yeah. We're trying to match the flavor of this item, whether it be like a coffee or a snack, or in this case, a creamsicle.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the flavors that would be involved with the creamsicle, but I'm not getting the creamsicle flavor.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah. It doesn't have that sweetness to it.
Right.
It's got orange, it's got vanilla, but it doesn't have that sweetness. Maybe the sour throws it off.
Probably. Because I don't think of a creamsicle as sour.
No, definitely
no one
not.
does.
No.
But maybe that's why it's a screamsicle.
Maybe. But yeah, because it doesn't say that it should taste like a creamsicle, but it's got all these creamsicles printed on the can.
That does kind of make you feel like you should be tasting a creamsicle.
Sour orange creamsicle.
And I don't even get like a sour creamsicle out of it, honestly.
No.
I don't. It's a good flavor.
No, I'm not saying... Yeah, I'm definitely not saying it's bad.
I'm going to say this is a 1.
Oh, yeah. Right now.
I would drink this again, but...
Well, we have another can of this, so...
And I will drink another can. However, it's not a creamsicle flavor.
No, definitely not.
I don't get any creamsicle.
No.
Not even slight creamsicle.
No. It's like, maybe if we mix this with Big Red...
Let's hit the Sonic right now.
Michelle, you have to drive. To go to Sonic.
Come on, Gertie.
We're bringing the cat with us. Yeah.
But anyway, it's a good beer. Again, I just think that unless it tastes identical to what you're describing it to. You should never set the expectation that's what you're going to drink.
No, definitely not.
So I'm giving it a 1 with the caveat that it doesn't taste like what they described.
It's a bad name.
What's a bad name?
I don't want to say bad name, but because Scream, I don't know what they mean by Screamsicle. They could be just meaning that it's
a screamy version of the creamsicle.
No, bad
it's
name.
It's just a bad name.
Bad name, bad art. Not bad, but wrong beer. Make a creamsicle beer, and this is your can.
Right.
This is your name, Screamsicle. But as it is, good beer. Not what I expected from that can. It's got that orange. It might have some vanilla. If they up the vanilla. One of the things about Brutal is they have slushy machines.
Right.
Which is that's the thing we haven't touched on yet, despite drinking all of these beers. But that's one of the cool things they have. And I don't know if this was in their slushy machine, but if it is, that might be, more of a creamsicle.
It might follow that profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're going with that. So it's hard for me to actually give this a 1, really.
What?
And I'll say why.
You already gave it a 1.
I know.
Too late, man.
I know. Late. And here's the reason I'm giving it a 1. It's because I've tasted it. It's a good beer.
That's the only reason.
Right. But that's the thing that's the problem.
But if you're buying it
without ever tasting it, you're expecting a creamsicle. Yes. You're not going to get that.
That is true. That is true.
You're not buying this. You're either buying it because you haven't drank it before, and you're like, "Ooh, creamsicle flavor, great," or you've tasted it before and you're like, well, it doesn't taste like a creamsicle, but it's a pretty good sour.
It's good, yeah.
It's nice and smooth. Mm-hmm. There's nothing offensive about the flavor profile.
Oh, definitely not.
And it's a nice mixture of what they described it as of orange and vanilla, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. However, it's not a creamsicle.
No, definitely not. There's no cream to it. If they added lactose, maybe. I don't know, but
it might take away from the sour content.
Probably.
I just think creamsicle is a weird flavor to approach for a sour. It's like saying, hey, Rocky Road, sour. How are you going to get there?
Well, it'd be a sour stout, but with sweetness to it.
See, I don't think you can do that.
Lactose?
I don't think you can do that because it's like...
one of the integral parts is the sweetness.
I think that the sour flavor kills or overtakes other flavors.
Yeah.
And that's all you can focus on.
Yeah.
Or it takes the majority of your focus away. And there's no way that you can get...
It's like this could be a creamsicle, but since it's soured, you're not going to get that.
I'm really not getting there.
It's like the main beer, if they made it without souring it, it's possible that like you drink it, it's like, damn, a creamsicle.
Right. But if they were going for like Mexican, but
the
sour apple, then maybe they could have done that with this flavor profile.
Or like a spicy mango.
Maybe. If they made a beer like that. It'd be weird if they had that.
Yeah.
After us talking about this.
But that sounds promising.
It does.
All right, so I wouldn't say their sours are like the best sours I've ever had. But
they're not offensive in any way.
No.
They're good tasting beers.
Well, I'd say the Cobbler, the sour is really strong.
I would give the beer a 1.
Okay.
It's a good sour.
And
it's smooth. If I want a sour, this is something I would go for.
Yeah.
However, if I've never drinking it before, I think I might be slightly disappointed it doesn't taste like a creamsicle.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Right.
I'd give it a 1 as well because it's still good sour.
I think that Brutal makes really good drinkable IPAs. Mm-hmm. And I think... So I guess I'm curious, based on their small system setup, how they're souring. Because what everyone's always told me was that when you're souring, you almost have to have like your own separate space to sour.
Sort of. As long as you keep anything plastic or rubber just for sours,
right?
And it's okay.
I see.
Or even if you soak those in like bleach or something, like a really tough cleaner that'll kill everything, then it'll be fine. It's not. Yes and no. It can, but everything they have is stainless steel.
Okay.
So once they lock it down, it shouldn't transfer sour from this fermenter over here to this one over here across the room or anything like that. So
that makes sense.
All right. So what do we got? We got mangonada. So it's a sour with chili covered mangoes and chamoy.
Sounds delicious.
I don't know why I talk like that right there.
That sounded good. Ooh, nice.
So, are you aware of what chamoy is?
I don't know what chamoy is. I do know that their emblem is red.
Yes.
Here on this can.
So, yeah, that fits for chamoy. It's like a chili-covered fruit.
Right.
Mostly, I think it's plum, sort of like a Mexican plum. I don't know. I don't remember the species of plum. There was a certain plum, but
I wonder if all sours are that way, where when you go to smell it, it's just the sour content. Yeah. That when it comes to like fragrance and sours, maybe all you're getting is the sour.
It's like yes and no. I don't think they dry hop for anything. I don't know if these sours have hops in them even. So, which they're not. I don't think they're really worried about shelf life. Although, I mean, they should be, because somebody could buy this 16-ounce can and like keep it for weeks or months. They should.
Yeah,
They shouldn't, but
not with one of their beers, but with someone else's growler. She kept it too long, and when she drank it, it was super flat.
Yeah. Well, that's growlers are probably better than growlers, but it's not going to keep forever.
Depends on the growler machine.
I mean, the growler. Machine. I mean, yeah, you got a cap on the foam and everything, and make sure there's no oxygen. But yeah, it's not gonna last as long as a can. That's all right. Let's guess there's mango. It's subtle and chili even.
I'm just getting sour on that first taste.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see. Let me give it another go.
Maybe it's a slow burn.
There's the chili.
Sort of get a chili, yeah.
Let it settle. You'll get a little bit of chili. It's not for me with a Mexican palate. The chili is super tamed.
Yes. I was expecting more flavor, more spiciness.
Yeah. The mango, I feel like it comes through pretty strong.
Yeah.
There's overpowering sour. And I definitely get a mango flavor profile from it. Mm-hmm. And there's a little bit of an after taste of chili. Yeah. Tiny aftertaste. I think it's more mango though. Mm-hmm. However, after that, that's all I can taste. Right. It's good, but it's not standoutish.
Yeah, I mainly just get sour, and I guess there's mango, but it's
very limited.
Really, yeah, it's not really strong. And then the chili, I don't even know if I get the chili. There's
on this third taste,
there's a spiciness, but
can't
it's
get the chili. It's very little.
Very weak if it's in there.
I'm disappointed by this beer at this point.
I really thought this one would be really good.
I haven't really been blown away by any of their sours. They all seem I don't think you would ever give a sour a 0.
No. Well,
because it would just be okay, that's fine. It's just whatever. It's sour. And I think that's the problem with sour sometimes, is that they can just taste sour.
Yeah. Which this one pretty much does.
Yeah. I get that.
I mean, I get a mango and everything, but it's so subtle that it's just the main flavor note is just sour. Just sour. That's it.
So it's called mango nada. So it's almost like I expected like some limonada in there. But the description says sour with chili covered mangoes, and chamoy. So I don't know. It's a disappointing sour. It's not offensive.
Yeah.
If someone handed this to me, I would drink it.
I would not buy it.
I would
Again.
not. No.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to give it at this point. Like, do I give it a 1 because I wouldn't turn it away? Or do I give it a 0 because I wouldn't buy it?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, I'd probably...
How many people on the podcast have given something a 0 because they wouldn't buy it? But in the situation that they would accept it...
I think I've done that before.
Where you've given it a 0 even though because you wouldn't buy it?
If it's free and like there's...
Do you have
else.
to say that caveat? Like, I'm going to give this a 0 because I'll never buy it.
I mean, I do, but I mean, that's what I say. But no, I mean, you one
is
or,
that a true
one
0?
Or, 1 or a 0. No.
Well, 1 or a 0, I think should be
It's
specific to the person.
Yeah, no, it's whatever you want. That's up to you. But me right now, I would never buy this, so it's 0. If it were given to me for free, I guess I'd drink it, but I would look for something else. So
I'm gonna give this a 1 because it's pretty smooth for me. It's like standard. There's nothing offensive about it.
yeah, there's nothing offensive.
If I wanted a sour and this is what was all that was available, I wouldn't like hate myself for ordering it. You know what I mean?
I would.
It's not, again, like it's not a bad sour. Again, and I think that unfortunately the name is giving it a bad name. They should have said, they could have given it like a name, Chaco.
Nah.
Or Rafaeliaro or something Mexican, and I would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But they called it mango nada, and so I'm expecting mango.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any mango.
I'm expecting chamoy.
I'm getting very little mango. And yes, if you read the description, you can expect chamoy. But if you're looking at just the name, as a lot of people do, and in a lot of cases, sometimes I do the same thing. If I'm looking at just the name, I'm expecting a mango flavor.
Oh, yeah. No.
And I'm not getting that.
No.
I'm getting citrus and sour and a tiny bit of chili on the back end.
I really don't even get any chili. There might be, but it's not enough to even like...
You know, you're right.
Detect it as chili.
I can't tell if
might
that's
just
like
be
the citrus
sour or
citrus that's hitting my throat.
Yeah.
And it's very subtle, or is that the chili? I think that if I see chili in the name, chili is one of those like words that like if you hear it, you better fucking taste it.
Yeah.
And because people won't be drinking this beer because they see the word chili.
Yeah.
So you might be missing like a whole group of people that might like this beer, but they're avoiding it because it says chili on it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But and then the people that want the chili that order it and it's like, hey Goober, where's the chili? It's like, I know they serve this one in a glass with a little bit of beer, and then they top it with the slush.
Right.
And then they top that with a little tahini.
Right.
Which that would be good.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
the beer itself.
You're not doing justice to the beer.
No.
But the name.
I mean, if they added some tahini to...
I don't think this is an offensive beer in any way.
No, but...
You know, after, like, talking about it, I'm going to give this a 0.
Yeah.
It's not an offensive beer, but I'm not getting any of the flavor profile they're describing in it.
No, that maybe...
So here's what I wonder.
Little.
I wonder if,
Here
like, somebody says, I want to make a beer that is a sour with chili covered mangoes and chamoy, and a chamoy. Sorry.
Yeah.
And they put all those flavors in based on like what they expect in the calculations, and they put it out. Unfortunately, what they release is a beer that is strictly a sour beer, and that's it.
Yeah.
I can get a very minuscule citrus flavor out of it. I don't know that it's mango for sure.
Yeah.
Because to me, mango is, of the citrus flavors, is the most sweet citrus flavor.
A ripe mango, yeah.
Right. And so I'm just not getting that specific flavor out of it. And I think that I'm sure all these ingredients were incorporated into the taste.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
Nah.
I think you need to name your beers after you're done. And they were trying to make a cobbler. They were trying to make a creamsicle. And they were trying to make a mango nata, which to me would be like a very citrusy mango beer. And all 3 times in their sours, they've missed the mark. I really should go back and give all these zeros. I really should. Because if I put myself in Total Wine or in any like alcohol store where I'm buying beer, like a Taps and Caps or Goody Goody or a Specs, and I'm wanting
name them all,
right? And I'm wanting to buy a beer. I see the name.
Like,
I'm expecting.
I'd like a creamsicle. Yeah,
right. I feel like in each one of the cases for these 3 specific sours,
oh man, I want some peach cobbler.
I would be disappointed.
Yeah, but if Manhattan Project Brewing made a peach cobbler gosa,
it would taste like a fucking peach. It would taste like a peach cobbler. So I'm actually surprised. None of their sours are offensive necessarily.
Nah,
they all taste very similar.
They kind of do.
I don't know if it's because we're drinking them back to back, so I'll throw that caveat in there that we're drinking them back to back.
Yeah,
but
I don't think that's.
They all don't really taste like their description, and there's a little bit like the cobbler has a little bit of the milk sugar, the creamsicle has a little bit of orange and a little bit of vanilla, and this mango nata, I guess, has some mango in it. I don't know for sure that I can say that, and there's a little bit of spiciness on the back end, maybe the chili, but it's so faint that it should not be incorporated in the name. Yeah. They're all inoffensive beers, not necessarily good beers. I'm going to give the mango nata a 0. And I think that Brutal should do a little bit better on the sours, honestly. Their IPAs were really good. They have a couple of bad IPAs that I don't like. Let me rephrase that. They have a couple of IPAs that I don't like, but that I know other people will like. Yeah. But they have some IPAs that are like top tier IPAs for me. Would Jimothy like the ones that you don't? I don't know that for sure. But yeah, he would. Okay. Because that's his flavor profile. He loves the IPA flavor. Yeah. He loves an ale. He wants a hoppy ale. And well, these are all ales, and they're good. Yeah. Like, I think that the ales for him, like if you go to like the traditional like a pale ale or an IPA, he would like these beers, and these would all be good for him. And for that market, they're good. I just think that they're a step a bit above the competition in terms of IPAs. They have some work to do on their sours, because I feel like they've almost over-soured their sours, where it's just sour mash. I feel that way too. I don't know how they're souring. I don't know if they're doing a sour mash, because there's a few ways to do a sour, but I don't know, actually. But speaking of this beer, though, I'd also give it a 0. I don't really get much of it. Maybe a touch of the chili. Not much of the mango, a lot of sour. It's not, a bad sour, bad beer at all. But where's the mango? Where's chili? Where's chamoy? I don't know. It's not in this beer. Was it in another beer? I don't know. I still like the other sours,
But as you were saying, yes, if you're going off the name, the label, which the name and the label should tell you what the beer is like, yes, then those are totally wrong. But I still like those much more than the Mango Nada. And as for the IPAs, it's, they have a couple good ones. And right now, a couple ones that I don't like, but as you said, somebody else would probably like them. Somebody that likes IPAs would like these. Right. Except I don't know about the Cosmic Slaughter because it tastes like beans. Tastes like red beans. I don't know. But, to me, at least. Did you want to put them in any order? I don't know. We don't have to. Cutter likes to always do that.
That's fine. If I put them in an order, we have a lot of beers here, so I'll do a top 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So number 1 is Brutal Juice, and it's a really good IPA.
Yeah.
For an IPA.
Yeah.
I'll actually follow it up with the Hype Beast. It's very
lived up to the hype.
It lived up to the hype for me. Good IPA. And then following that, I'll throw in the Cobbler.
Okay, yeah.
Get to the Cobbler would be number 3 for me. And the reason I say that is I know that I clowned on their sours a little bit about not missing the flavor. And I think that they don't necessarily hit a Cobbler flavor.
No. But that one hits all those flavors, though.
It hits all the flavors that they describe. And it's a nice, smooth, very, just like a nice sour.
Yeah.
And it's one of those sours that it's not just hitting you over the face with sour at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it would be number 1, Brutal Juice, number 2, Hype Beast, both New England or / hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
Followed by the sour called Get to the Cobbler.
Yeah.
That's my top 3.
Yeah. So my top 3 is similar. I do the Brutal Juice first as well, because that is surprisingly good.
Hey, this is Brutal Juice. What are you guys doing over here?
I hate that we started with that one because that one was probably the best of. It's number 1, so it's best of all night.
It was the best one.
2, I'd go with the Get to the Cobbler.
Okay.
And then 3, Hype Beast.
Okay, so same top 3, just a little bit different order.
Yeah, which I only put the Get to the Cobbler ahead of Hype Beast because the alcohol in the Hype Beast just like detracts so much. It's just like
so much,
if the alcohol was just a little bit lower, you could get to all those flavors a lot more. And then the Cobbler, it's got all those flavors. To me, the sour is really strong. But then you let it sit and you've got all those flavors in layers, not mixed up like in a Cobbler they would be. Right. But I liked it. It's still good. But
yeah, absolutely.
And then Brutal. I mean, I definitely go back. But
absolutely. And I think that we've given some 0s, we've given some 1s, but I think that's just kind of like what you're going to get with Brutal. Not that they're bad brewers or anything, because there's 0s in there. It's just that they're constantly changing.
Yeah.
They're constantly pushing the envelope.
Yes.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not going to hit the mark for everybody.
Right.
But I promise you that of the beers that we put 0s on, there's people out there who love those beers.
Oh, yeah. No.
And, I'll go back and drink another Mango Nada, and I won't be offended. Maybe I still won't like it, but it's not the worst beer in the world.
No.
I probably won't drink another, what is this one?
Cosmic Slaughter?
Yeah, nope, I'm not going to touch that guy.
That was...
But I know people who will drink that one multiple times, and that's okay. I think Brutal is a very, very good brewery. If you live in the area and can go check out Brutal, please go check them out.
Definitely.
They have a little bit of roots from Martin House Brewing, and the other co-owner is a award-winning home brewer.
Oh.
And I did read
that earlier.
I'm sorry, I missed that. But they did mention that in Fort Worth Weekly, that he was an award-winning home brewer. So they know what they're doing. They know how to make beers. They know how to make a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Once this COVID-19 thing is passed or starts to get passed finally, once everyone starts being smart with it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Please.
Be smart.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Just
anyway.
Think about other people.
Let's not
just think about other people at the end of the day.
It's not about just you. It's about
everybody.
Like, okay, you don't wear a mask and you don't wear panties because the devil down there has to breathe, but please, it's not just about you.
Yeah, and maybe you're young, and if you catch coronavirus, it doesn't hurt you.
No.
But you can pass it to somebody that is older or has a lesser immune system. So just think about other people for once in your fucking life.
And then the more, the safer you are, the quicker we can get through this as well.
Yeah, and then you can go to Brutal and you can experience their tap room. You can hang out.
Thumb, all you want.
Yeah, you can be slapped in the face with a dick thumb all you want. So, and they have games there too. I recommend going there and playing Duel. It's a good Civilization game. So, anyway, Duel's not paying me any money to say that. It's a good game.
Oh, get your resources, people. Else you won't be able to do anything.
You won't be able to do shit without resources. Anyway, I think Brutal is a very good brewery.
Yeah.
It's unique in the fact that they don't have any core beers.
Yeah.
They constantly are changing. So give them a try. North Richland Hills is not close to everybody, but if you're in the Metroplex, it's a short drive.
Mid-cities.
Go try it out. It's great beers. Go give them a beer try.
Is that what Tony the Tiger would say?
They're great beers.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Check us out wherever you got this podcast. Check out our other episodes. Check out our Chance and Ross episodes. Those are, so far as we know, those are the best.
Yeah, as reviews have reported. I haven't read any of those reviews, but I assume that those reviews say that those are the best.
But, I mean, if you want to leave a review, that's cool. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell Cutter. And
also tell Cutter, fuck you.
There you go. Not enough people are saying fuck you, Cutter. We're trying to get it. I mean, maybe we've been lax in telling people to say that, but it needs to be done.
Jay's still doing it.
Yeah.
Jay will do it.
Yeah, please. I mean, even if you've done it before, go back in there. Yeah, and he'll continue to buy you beer, man. It's
true. He will do that.
Yeah, there you go. It's part of the deal. It's part of the deal.
It's a win-win situation.
Win-win-win because we all win.
Exactly. Yeah. I win, you win, we win, we all win.
Cutter wins, Cutter loses, but that means we win.
Cutter loses actually in every way in that situation, but we don't care because that's what Cutter does.
Yeah, there you go. It's a Cutter way. So so thanks everybody for joining us. This has been a good episode. This has been a brutal episode.
So brutal.
It's the most brutal thing ever.
This is Ross.
This is Chance.
And this is a podcast.
This is the podcast.
All right.
That's a good episode.
Thanks for sticking around. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or anywhere there are podcasts. If you like what you heard, rate and review us on iTunes. Check out our Patreon. Find it at patreon.com/3beersinpodcast. Check out all of our awards. You can give as little as $1 a month to help us keep doing what we're doing. It really helps out and we'll give you a thank you on the show. Or for a little more, you can remain anonymous. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 3beersinpodcast. Check out our website, 3beersinpodcast.com. You can find information about us and the show along with the links to all of our episodes and our really cool merchandise. While you're on our site, you can tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like us, then why the hell are you still here? You should have turned us off long ago. But if you're just going to listen to us anyway, you should probably subscribe too. And if you would like a transcript of our podcast, write down everything that we just said.
Hey, do you guys remember Big League Chew?
Bye.